Hello, I'm Janice Oliva, President and Publisher of ISE Magazine and ISE Expo, and I'm here with Drew Zogby, the President of EnerSys Energy Systems Global. Thank you for joining me today, Drew.
Thank you, Janice. Looking forward to having a little conversation, and it's great to be part of the ISE Expo, even if it's in its virtual fashion this year.
Thank you. It's been nearly 2 years now since EnerSys acquired Alpha. How has the transition been going?
You know, it's gone remarkably well, and certainly time does fly. It's hard to believe it's been 2 years. You know, EnerSys and Alpha were great companies in their own right prior to the combination, and both had so many aligned strategies and interests that when the decision came for Alpha to be sold, it was a great match. And it's because of the fact that we look at the markets the same, and we have the same concepts of customer service and quality and all the key elements culturally that are important. So our strategies align and our cultures align, and it's really been great. And the key validation is really how the customers feel. And the customers really see the value, they see the unique attributes that we're able to bring together now with, you know, critical power systems and very reliable energy storage, and that resiliency and that mission critical powering capability that we bring is vital to all their workflows and network operations, and it certainly matches for us. You know, Alpha has always been focused, you know, in the different communication spaces. So we've had this whole wireless and now 5G evolution and providing a lot of different solutions into that part of the market. And this just gives us now better reach and a more complete portfolio. Remember, besides just the battery systems that EnerSys has, they also had the Purcell enclosure systems, which are very popular in the wireless side. So matched with Alpha's capabilities and our power systems and our service capabilities, it's been great. And then, of course, we always continue to have our focus on the cable side. And as we see that convergence with the DOCSIS platforms on cable also being a wireless delivery mechanism, it's an excellent combination. And then about a year ago, EnerSys also acquired NorthStar batteries, which are very well regarded, really well thought of, actually US produced products. So now we have extra capacity in our Missouri factories to service the growing requirements for our products. We have a product called Thin Plate Pure Lead. Us and NorthStar were the only ones who had that battery technology. And now we have more capacity, shorter lead times, and the ability to supply the industry. So even that additional combination now has been great. And not to get into too much details about our organization, but Energy Systems Global is the new organization that EnerSys has put in place that I happen to be in charge of as the executive. And what we do now is globally manage all the battery systems from EnerSys and NorthStar, all the power systems from Alpha, and all the different elements like the Purcell enclosures and our ICS group out of Australia. It's all looked at now as a global business so that we can transition and share the knowledge of the different applications that need to be solved, and we can be a multinational account partner for the customers that do operate around the world. So it's really a great combination. So EnerSys is now organized into 3 business segments, and they're all global. Energy Systems, which is the one we're talking about here, our Motive Power Group, which supports, you know, forklifts and material handling and all those aspects of you know, the electric vehicle part of the market. And then our Specialty Group, which focuses on transportation and military, aerospace, defense, medical, things like that. So it's exciting times. It's been a great combination for our employees and for our shareholders and obviously our customers.
Wow. With that global expansion and depth to your company, that sounds fantastic. You are really touching into all industries. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So obviously this year has been challenging to say the least, and COVID-19 is on everyone's mind. How has EnerSys fared, I should say? How have you fared during this pandemic?
We have fared remarkably well. First of all, we do organize ourselves around, critical customers that have that essential service status themselves. So as a result of that, we mentioned network operators, aerospace and defense, medical, all these different segments. We've always had that higher level of awareness and ability to serve even in difficult times our customers. So with COVID, we just had to go through the proper protocols, both to be sure that we are properly classified in all our jurisdictions that we operate in as an essential business or as an essential service. And then we had to make sure all the protocols within our offices and factories were set so our employees were safe and comfortable and able to be productive. And we really haven't missed a beat. We really have been able to operate our factories and even our service teams globally, effectively, based on what our customers need and what access they've granted us to their facility, their workflows. But again, after just the initial shocks that we all went through to get organized, we've been able to maintain our production capacities. We've been able to deliver as needed to keep our customers' network operations going. As you know, the work from home has been something that has challenged our industry, and the industries have stood up tall and shown the world that broadband connectivity is something that is being delivered really well, even in the most difficult times or most challenging times, which is going on now. And we feel lucky to be a part of it. And wherever our customers have asked us to step up, we have. And wherever we've had to go to the extra precautions of protecting our employees and making sure they're safe and able to be productive, we've done so. So we're really proud of how we've done during COVID, and that we were really grateful that our customers, allowed us to continue to partner with them. And so far, so good.
It sounds like it. You guys have done a great job, and being in the military, obviously that helps, and being essential, you had no choice. So we appreciate what you've done. Thank you. And recently I saw a joint press release from Corning and EnerSys announcing a strategic collaboration between the two companies. Would you like to shed more light on that initiative?
We're really excited about that initiative. When we go to the markets, and everybody has their area of specialty, and when we can have two leaders with complementary offerings that can really help an end user benefit from that collaboration, there's nothing more fun and nothing more satisfying, both to us and to a customer. So with Corning's vast experience, by the way, I started my career at the old Seacor Corning back in the day, so it was nice for me to be able to come back around and work with some former associates. But Corning and EnerSys share, again, same fundamentals, similar strategies, same philosophies, and how they look to customer service and innovation and things of that sort. So we came together to help customers with their 5G deployments to rapidly deploy small cell, millimeter wave, and mid-band spectrum antenna and systems into the networks rapidly and consistently, so that demand, budgets, and more importantly, timelines could be met. The three things you got to have to make broadband 5G wireless work is you got to have a location to place an antenna, you got to have broadband connectivity to carry the traffic, and you have to have power to make it all work, and you got to have resilient power depending on whatever level of service expectations are there. So to pull all that off, is certainly something that requires great coordination and vision from the customer end, and then collaboration. So Corning brings in this expertise in fiber and the ability to do rapid deployment of passive fiber networks, pre-connectorized, pre-measured and built to spec for a particular geography, so it can be rapidly deployed consistently, so that you don't have a lot of work done in the field that is prone to error or prone to having being predictable. But unlike a passive optical network, small cell requires power. So they came to us as knowing that we had that expertise and the same desire to be part of this ecosystem. And now we're providing an extension of what EnerSys and Alpha have always had, and that's a line powering system, which has a central power hub that can be placed in a location and then have varying converters placed out in the network that can provide power to an antenna site without having to have a utility drop every single time where you need power. So what has this resulted in? The ability to deploy small cells with power and connectivity in, a quarter of the time it would take if we had to do it the methodical way of splicing at every location a particular fiber to an antenna, and to have any type of utility drop negotiated, put in place, and managed. So it's all about consistent, rapid deployment, consistent deployment, and something that then allows the network operators to have their build plans implemented efficiently and predictably. So we're excited about it. It's going to be a big enabler of technology deployment for the industry. So we couldn't be more proud of doing the work for the end users and working with Corning on this project.
Sounds like a partnership made in heaven. I love it. That's fantastic. Well, and I know that you were releasing some things or making some new announcements at the expo that just occurred. So can you share with us those?
Sure. So we've had, a couple new products that have gotten some excitement here at the expo. Everybody's, pretty familiar with our Cortex DC power systems, and we've had some new additions with the HP controller and other just extensions of that well-known and utilized system. So we're glad to see Cortex continue its evolution. We also had a new small cell powering product called the Select system. So to complement the line power system that I just talked about, the Select system is one that can be used for other antenna sites, again, that can be rapidly deployed, but with more modest power size requirement that matches the way some of the mid-spectrum and low-spectrum bands are still being deployed and the way those radios need to be supported. And then we also have some new enclosure systems from our Purcell group that are focused on deploying equipment with the proper environmental controls in an efficient way to manage cables and place equipment in a modular fashion and add power as needed based on capacity needs and have all that environmental control and protection built in. So those are just a couple examples, but for us, it's all about using power to enable technology that the network operators are putting out, and we constantly love the opportunities to work with them to come up with the next thing for outside plant or inside plant or wherever the requirement is.
I just love hearing all of that, and the brands that you have are just so strong in the industry under your umbrella. It's fantastic. Love hearing about those things. So we've covered a lot, but is there anything you'd like to share that we haven't discussed yet?
Well, we've covered a lot of ground, and I couldn't be more excited. So I could talk on forever, but I guess the main message again is, the EnerSys Alpha combination is one that's strong, it's focused, it's aligned, it's really built around giving the customer a stronger strategic partner where reliable power, again, is that enabler for technology deployments. And we offer that full capability, including service, EF&I capabilities to assist the customers in their deployment. So we're here for the long term. Our team is energized and engaged, and the reception we're getting from the customers and our industry has been great. So I couldn't be more delighted and proud to lead the team and love talking about it. So thank you, Janice, for this time, and thanks for a great expo. And we look forward to being there in person next year when we get all this COVID behind us.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Drew. It's such a pleasure hearing about the success of your company and all the different products underneath and the new things that you're doing. Just wonderful. So take care, best of luck, and we'll definitely be seeing each other in person next year.
Look forward to it. Thank you, Janice. Bye now.